What's happening? I want to talk today, man, about something that's really like totally off topic from the bullshit I usually talk about. I'm usually just venting and cussing about something. But I want to talk today about something that's for real, man. I want to talk about ancient architects, ancient architecture. Listen, when you look at things like the Great Pyramid of Giza, and better yet, the Incan pyramids were even bigger than those. And then you've got all the Greek architecture with all those huge pillars. Those things ain't hollow, man. Those things are pure, solid granite, which is one of the hardest stones on the face of this planet. There's like the strongest stone on the planet, diorite is what I think it's called. Anyways, regardless of what it's called, it's some type of volcanic rock. The only thing on earth that's harder than it is diamonds. So they would have to have been using diamonds somehow to cut the stone. And if you've ever actually took a good look at some of the stonework, a lot of it is done in relief. And that tells me that they were working with advanced tools. Plain and simple. You don't do stonework in relief without having access to advanced tools. It just isn't possible. Stonemasons today don't do stonework in relief. They'll do very little bit of it, like as sort of a decorative thing, but they're not going to do a whole stone piece in relief like the whole Inca fucking pyramid has wrapped around each level of hieroglyphs done in relief, or some of the hieroglyphs in ancient Egypt are all done in relief. And in case some of y'all don't know what relief is like the opposite of a carving. They didn't go in there and carve this design. They carved out the rest of the stone around it to make the design in the stone. If you understand what I'm talking about. Like like if you rubbed your hand across the stone, the face of the stone, that the pictures are on, it's raised up. It's not convexed in like a sketch is, or like a carving is. It's convex, not concave. And that's just hard to do, period. I've even called and checked, and anyways, there isn't a for real stonemason in my area. But there is one in Mississippi, Mobile, Georgia, and South Florida. And they said they just couldn't do what I was asking them if they could do. Basically, they said the technology doesn't exist yet. And that's coming from the people that actually do the work today. Not from some schmuck uncovering buried bones out in the goddamn desert that doesn't have any goddamn idea in this world how to build any goddamn thing. So you're left with the question of, well, what were they using? And how were they using it? And, like, where were they getting the power to use these tools from? I've been telling people for a long time, man. Listen. All of that shit is probably, at the very least, 500,000 years older than we've been made to believe. Listen, man. The Great Pyramid in Giza, all the Incan pyramids, all the shit in ancient Greece and all of that. That shit isn't 7,000 or 8,000 years old. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not 10,000 years old. It's not 25,000 years old. At bare minimum, that shit is 500,000 years old. That's why you can't find the remnants of any tools. It was a goddamn construction site, for one thing. And you don't leave your goddamn tools on site whenever you finish building your goddamn building, do you? Hell no. You pack your shit up, you clean up the job site, and you move on to the next. And that's just how it goes now, and I'm sure that's just how it went then. There wasn't any Hebrew slaves either. The Egyptians the pharaohs kept very detailed payroll lists. So, why would they keep payroll lists for people they weren't paying? Do you starting to see where this is going? That's neither here nor there, though. Another confused fact of history. What do they think? Like little copper wires and shit would be left after 100,000 years? And they probably didn't build with steel. They probably learned a long time ago that if you want to build something permanent, you build it out of rock. Not cement, rock. Big ass boulder type shit. You cut it out the side of a mountain and you put it in place. And I've been doing a lot of looking online. And in 2003, there's an archaeology site called Pumapunku. They found spots in the side of the mountain where you can see where somebody has done huge cross cuts in the thing. Yes. Like huge cross cuts in it. Like you do cross cuts in wood when you want to knock out a notch. Like it was cut at an angle like this, then at other angles like this. So, tell me how they did that without advanced tools.
The archaeologists had somehow triggered a deadly curse.
I don't know what the problem in saying we were wrong is. You know what I mean?
You actually have to preserve your earthly body.
Without
the spirit to be able to function properly.
How are we gonna trust some people when you can't even trust them to say, "Oh, whoa, wait up. We thought this, but after further research, we actually realized that it's this, that, and the third." I can believe somebody better than somebody that tries to hide shit. You know what I'm saying?
The ancient Egyptians prepared.
I seen a picture. Listen to me.
Removing the internal organs
of 100,000-year-old hammer.
And clean out.
And there's no mistaking it's a hammer. And there's no mistaking that it's well over 100,000 years old. The wooden handle has already started to turn to coal. And it takes a minimum of 100,000 years for that to even start to happen. Where'd that come from? They found an aluminum landing gear, landing plate that come off of some type of flying vehicle that was meant for straight up and down liftoffs, like vertical, like rockets take off and shit. But this was just like this thing landed with a tripod type system. It was pure aluminum. They tested it. It was over 150,000 years old. The patina layer on it also proved that it was 150,000 years old at bare minimum. So the solution that the museum had for the problem was fuck it. Just don't put it on display.
Polytheist, many gods. And then there is a new pharaoh with a new idea. Akhenaten announces there will be one.
Anyways,
There will be a monotheistic.
I just thought I'd share that with y'all.
The sun god would be
Anytime
the
I
one
find out some more shit like that,
the sun disk.
I'll come back on and share that with y'all too.
In really terrible ways.
If y'all like that sort of content, let me know.
Part of his religious revolution included purposely erasing the names of older gods